Alright, at the top left hand side, the red Protoss.
Slayer's Alicia.
Slayer's Alicia.
So much pressure.
A lot of pressure right now. Needs a win to stay in GSL this season.
At the bottom right, the blue Terran. We've already won game in the back.
OGS SuperNova.
OGS SuperNova. It's a cool name. That's a really cool ID. I like SuperNova. It's got
He's
a neat
actually
ID.
really cool in real life.
Oh yeah?
Because I was at the OGS Liquid House and I was watching him play, and he's so focused.
Really dedicated.
Yeah, he was
Wants to win.
practicing when he should be resting.
Maybe I'll introduce myself after the match. We'll see. They'll be like, who are you?
Say, I'm your fan.
That's right, I'm a big fan.
I'm your DT. I'm gonna stalk you.
That's right. Cloak myself. I have a cloaking device hidden in my coat today.
I know, I saw it.
You saw it? You can see it. It's a cloaking device.
I
How
saw
did you
it.
See it? You have a cloaking device detector?
Yeah, because I have a cloaking device detector. I think that is it. I don't know why I saw it. I'm sorry.
So many secrets.
You can tell it to me.
This is worse than getting a high five denied. It really is. So it looks like we have Slayer's Alicia with a pretty standard opening. Same for OGS SuperNova right now. Getting his barracks and his gas. Getting his command center. His orbital command, that is, going up. I think we're probably going to see something a little bit more standard and bio-related from OGS SuperNova this time. They are spawned in cross positions, so the tank push really isn't going to work very well. They'd have to cross that big open ground on Shakuras Plateau. Not something that I would certainly want to try as a Terran player against Protoss. Probe looks like he's going to get in, and he's going to see a completely normal opening. Almost gets hit by the mule there as it comes down. Be great if you could crush things with mules.
Well, he might know that SuperNova is going for a later game because there's only one barracks up for SuperNova at the moment.
Yeah. Kind of a fast second gas for Slayer's Alicia right now, actually. Possibly thinking of doing some sort of higher tech off one base, or maybe just getting a lot of sentries early in the game, just because he will be expecting that bio push.
I mean, we've also been seeing some Phoenix play in Code S. I haven't seen it in Code A yet, but in TVP, it looks like Phoenixes are kind of the trend nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not only for versus Zerg at the moment. Sees the 2 gas.
Now, I was actually talking to a friend of mine last night, actually, about Terran versus Protoss and just how difficult it is to hold that Phoenix Colossus late game composition for Protoss. So we'll have to see if Slayer's Alicia decides to eventually transition to something like that. We do have a Robo Bay. Actually going up, there's a factory floating merrily through the air for OGS SuperNova. There's a Robo Bay for Slayer's Alicia, so that's a very quick Robo.
Well, that's kind of to be expected as well because he has 2 early gas.
Right. Yeah, he was going to have to do something to spend it all.
He's actually going to go ahead and go and scout, but you do see an early star part coming up for SuperNova.
Yeah, so both players decide to go a little bit more tech-heavy one-base play. Marine checking out the Zelnaga Tower. He's going to chill out there for a little while, maybe read a book or something. And it looks like we're probably going to see Banshees, yeah.
Getting Cloak as well, so he's going to invest in Banshee for this round.
And Banshees are really good on Shakuras Plateau, too. If you can get in there with Cloak, you can certainly do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, there's already an Observer on the way from Slayer's Alicia. So those Banshees not going to be quite as effective as they normally could be.
Maybe he's also kind of expecting that, because that is SuperNova style. Look at the new boots.
Our new boots are awesome. Nice. Man, you know, when I got here, I had no idea they changed the boots, and I walked in and I was like, did the boots like grow while I was flying?
Do you know they're sponsored by G Skills? The
yeah.
new boots?
Really?
Are they not awesome? Yeah, they sponsor us the new boots.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, G-Skill.
Well,
and Intel.
The
We
new
can't
moves
forget
are
Intel as well.
The new moves are, I mean, just amazing. Expansion coming out for SuperNova as well. So both players are just going for harassing and late game, like we talked about earlier on. He actually sees a Banshee that is going to come in. We'll probably want to rally his Observer back soon.
Yeah,
or
he's going to need
just
that
build another one. I mean, he's building another one right now.
Yeah, he's got another one that's about to pop up, so he's going to be in good shape. A lot of Protoss players I know do like to get 2 really quick Observers, one for scouting and one for Banshee detection if they kind of get a tingling, a Banshee sense tingling. Here comes the Banshee right now for OGS SuperNova. Is he going to be able to do any damage? No, the Stalkers for Slayer's Alicia are ready to go. Banshee needs to pull back.
I mean, SuperNova was kind of displeased to know that Alicia read that because he invested in Cloak as well. Actually, he's really going for a Raven right now.
Yeah, so he can do like a later bio push and include that Banshee in that as well as a Raven. So I think what OGS SuperNova is going to want to do, of course, is be really, really careful not to use that Banshee. Poke in, do a little bit of scouting, do a little bit of damage if possible, but we'll see. A lot of barracks going down for OGS SuperNova, so that does definitely suggest a bio push. And looks like there's also another hidden base, actually, from OGS SuperNova up at the 1 o'clock. But here comes another Banshee, getting a couple probes there before being chased away by another Stalker. And so that Banshee, actually, OGS SuperNova doing a great job of harassing right now. He has gotten a couple kills. That Banshee up to 4 kills right now.
Well, that's not a lot.
Well, it's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
It's a little bit. Good enough.
But we're gonna see Colossus up for Alicia this time, and he might actually come out on top of this one because it looks like SuperNova is going for kind of a more bio build this round instead of going for his normal siege tanks.
Yeah, which is probably a good idea. Siege tanks would have been a bad choice on this map, so he's making the right choice. Probe checking out that Zell Naga Tower.
I guess it's a positioning of the spawn as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that if you're in that close ground positions, you can do a lot better with the tank push through the middle like we were talking about a little bit earlier.
SuperNova keeping his Banshee alive for so long.
Yeah, that's really actually pretty impressive that he's able to keep that Banshee alive. It doesn't seem like it'd be very hard.
Actually, I really want to see if he scouted that Ro4 Bay.
I don't think he did.
Does not scout that.
No, he did not see the Robo Bay quite yet. That Stalker going down right now. And really, OGS SuperNova using those Banshees to control the map, keeping the Zell Naga Towers for himself while he gets a lot of barracks out right now. I'm kind of curious to see what Slayer's Alicia has seen. He has not seen that base, that's for sure. And he has not seen a lot of the barracks that OGS SuperNova has put up right now.
Well, but he has Colossus, so he's going to be prepared for that. Also as well, here comes the drop coming from SuperNova.
Drop moving across the top part of the map. The first Colossus is out right now for Slayer's Alicia.
I mean, the moment he sees a Colossus, he can go for double reactor Vikings.
Yeah, well, he's got a number of reactors. Well, at least one already. Oh yeah, he does already have that starport reactor, so he'll be able to start pumping out Vikings. Really need to commit to Vikings, though. You can't just build a couple of them. He's going to need to build a lot.
That's actually quite interesting. He's going to break the back rocks, or taking down the pylon at the back of Alicia's base as well.
Yeah, doing what damage you can before flying away, not a bad idea. Meantime, Alicia with 2 Colossi, or Colossuses, or Colossus, depending on how you want to say it. If you're a Protoss player, you might want to call them Colossums. Colossus,
right now, SuperNova is getting all the upgrades necessary for his bio army, and it looks like he's going to push out very soon with this one. Because if he waits too long, there's going to be the High Templar attack. You don't want to deal with not only a Colossus army, but High Templar army as well.
Yeah, that's extremely, extremely bad for bio. There's already 3 Colossus out right now for Slayer's Alicia. It's going to be very, very difficult for SuperNova to really do much damage with that, as he only has 2 Vikings right now.
If he gets more Vikings, he can go in and snipe with his Vikings, I guess. No upgrades for gateway units yet. We might see an engagement for this one. Stalkers up front, coming in to see if there's any Vikings for them to snipe. Does not see that. Guardian Shield goes up. Colossus is going to come in and get range because they already have Termite Lands.
Yeah, SuperNova needing to pull back. And will Alicia push in? Probably could do some damage.
Sees a whole army of Alicia. He can actually... I mean, his army is not big enough at the moment, for sure. He has to really win based on micro.
Here he comes, Colossus, doing some damage to that bio. Nice force field, splitting those up. Vikings firing at the Colossus, but there's not too many of them. The Vikings going down pretty quick to those Stalkers. And it looks like Slayer's Alicia might be able to take this game right here.
Bring his SCV out to try to help, but there is too many Colossus out on the field at the moment. SuperNova mistake in this game was not spotting the Colossus earlier on and getting more medivacs than he should when he could use them for Vikings instead.
Yeah, if all those Vikings, or if all those medivacs rather, would have been Vikings, things would have been a little bit different, I think. Right now, SuperNova in big trouble. He's going to lose Good amount of production buildings. He does have that base up at the 2 o'clock position.
Actually building a pylon right in SuperNova's base at the moment so he can warp in more units. Steam coming in from Marauders from SuperNova. That's not going to do a lot of damage though because there are still 3 Colossus out on the field. Taking down all the Marauders that are on the field at the moment. Does manage to do that. Getting a couple of Sentry and Zealot in. 3 more Marauders coming in, but that's not going to be enough.
Nowhere near enough. This is going to be a game for Slayer's Alicia, I think. Although he is losing quite a few more gateway units, I think he's going to be able to warp in a few more right now. Looks like he is. I'm just waiting for him to build the Nexus. That's what I'm kind of waiting for. We're going to have to see what happens, though. Looks like Slayer's Alicia pushing in right now. And will it be enough, though? Banshees doing a lot of damage at the expansion of Slayer's Alicia. Still 1 Colossus, a couple Sentries, and a Stalker there as well. A couple Stalkers. Here come all the SCVs, though. OGS SuperNova going for broke at the moment. I don't know. It's pretty close to handle right now. The Harvesters. Alicia's lost quite a few. He's down to 10 Harvesters. That last Colossus going down. Slayer's Alicia actually
Oh my god.
a bit of trouble here.
Lost all his probes to that Banshee. Didn't even warp in Stalkers to defend that.
Holy cow, the army tab actually showing SuperNova ahead 56 over 23 income-wise. 37 Harvesters to just 10 for Slayer's Alicia.
He's angry, look at him. He's thinking how come he still can get so much units? It's because Alicia, he did an Alicia. He went to hide a base.
That's right.
He did 1 on you.
So, looks like Slayer's Alicia is not the only one who can hide bases apparently. And aside from all that too, just losing so many probes to that Banshee. I can't believe he let himself lose that many of them. That was just hugely bad. So right now, Slayer's Alicia really on the brink of going out 0-2 in this series, which nobody really expected.
SuperNova also getting a Girls Academy. I mean, now he's ahead. He knows that he's going to be ahead because he took down almost all the probes that Alicia have. I don't understand. Alicia could have warped in Stalkers to defend his base, but he didn't do that.
He was just so dedicated to that attack at the main of OGS SuperNova. He put all his resources into that. I think he really thought he could get SuperNova to GG right now because he didn't know about that expansion. But
well, now he scouts it. His observer just went over there, and Alicia, I mean, you got a shot of his face when he saw that extension. It's like, oh no.
He looked about as happy as I did a second ago when I realized that we had no Coca-Cola. The rage.
You know what would be good? Since
What?
SuperNova already built a command center in Alicia's base, if he gets Nuke.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen Nuke in the whole GSL code yet at all.
Yeah, we should totally see some Nuke games. That would be great. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw Nuke in GSL. Was it all the way back to TLO versus Hyperdub in Season 1? That may have been. No, there must have been nukes since
Alicia
then.
sees the army that SuperNova has at the moment. He warps in more Sentry. I think he wants to prevent the units from streaming in by force-feeding his ramp. But there are so many Marauders and Marines on the field at the moment. 2 Vikings on the field as well. Has to really use his Sentry to his best. Here comes a semi-drop from SuperNova. Drops units into the main base of Alicia. Alicia sees it though.
Yeah, elevatoring some units in. He's going to go right to work on that Robo-Bay, and he may be able to take it out before Alicia can get there. That Robo-Bay actually does go down. Smart move by SuperNova. And stimming to try and take down the Colossus. One goes down. Is he going to be able to pick up the other? But there's the rest of the army for OGS SuperNova. Bypassing the main. Who needs that? Alicia GG's. Wow. OGS SuperNova taking the series 2-0. Looking pretty pleased. Victory for OGS SuperNova. He's going to the finals to face Losira.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Now the TVZ finals in Code A. Pretty exciting.
Like, seriously? That
Wow.
was such a close game.
I know.
If he didn't lose all the probes, he would have won the game. Even though SuperNova had another expansion. But I guess he wasn't that alert for that one. He was focusing too much on his main army.
Yeah, I would say so. I think in the end, it may have been just a little bit of overconfidence that was the downfall of Slayer's Alicia.
He kept thinking it was 2 base versus 2 base, which is why he went for a base trade. Maybe he knew there was a Banshee there, but he says, well, it's 2 base versus 2 base, and my army is bigger at the moment. But then when SuperNova kept producing units, even though he lost all his SCVs on the second base, Alicia must have known that where is all his minerals coming from?
Yeah, exactly. He had to know that. Well, he had to maybe get sort of an inkling that something was up there. But really, I mean, just at the end of the game, this is a lesson for all you StarCraft 2 players out there, is that even if you think you've won, even if you're like Slayer's Alicia and you're pushing into the main base with what looks like an army that will kill them, make sure that you never slip up on what is going on back at your base. You know, Slayer's Alicia may have thought, oh, I don't need those probes anymore, we're going to have the GG very soon. But guess what? There was a hidden base, and now you're out of GSL.
Scouting 101.
Scouting 101, exactly.
Scout all the time. You have observers. Make use of that. They're cheap. Build more of that.
Lesson for the noobs out there.
I know.
Yep. And a lot of not noobs, including Slayer's Alicia, extremely good Protoss player, just making a big mistake at the end of the game.
He seems... Well, we're going to see the match results for today. So I am Losira at 2-0 lean out for you. Very convincing win there. And our Code A finest on Friday, we have OGS SuperNova 2-0 players Alicia.
Can't wait to the finals. It's going to be pretty awesome, I think.
Very awesome. Well, we have tomorrow Code S matches. And we have Sen Zanin versus Assie for you. Fox Slim versus Annie Pro Prime.
Yeah, that's going to be quite cool as well. Are you going to be there? Are you going to come to the studio tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to be here.
I'm going to totally be there as well. I love it. I like to come and watch. I'm just a huge StarCraft 2 fan just as much as I am a player and a commentator,
I think all of us are fans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We love the game, which is why we love talking about it.
Yep, we love the game. Talking about the Code S Finals, it's going to be 3 p.m. Korean Standard Time on March 19th. It's going to be at the CMB Expo Art Hall over in Daejeon. That's about an hour away, I've heard.
So if you're going to be in Seoul, come here.
Come on down to the Code S Finals. It's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see who ends up there. Pretty awesome. I know
awesome.
I use the word awesome a lot.
Choke you. It's going to be very awesome.
Well, pretty awesome it's kind of like very awesome. I'd say they're about, like, very awesome is
it's
here.
Not so
pretty awesome is about... We need to discuss levels of awesomeness.
Yeah, we're going to discuss.
Apparently.
We're going to have a serious talk about it later on.
We should. We won't burden you, the viewer, with that. But right after this, Kelly and I are going to talk about levels of awesomeness.
I think we're going to have interviews from John.
I think we are too, so get ready for those.
So get ready for John.
John, the translator, doing his thing.
Doing his thing.
I can see him right there. Hi, John. He's giving me that bashful smile. He's all excited to do those interviews.
I would be.
He does such a great job, too.
Actually, it's interesting. Today they're going to go home and think, who am I going to pick for my up and down match next week?
That's right.
Well, thank you, Intel. Thank you, G-Skills.
Intel and G-Skill.
Thank you. And I guess we're done for the day.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Quick day.
Well, I had fun casting with you, Kelly. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, that's going to be it. So again, from Seoul, Korea, thanks for joining us for the Code A semifinals. It was a pretty epic event. And stay tuned. We're going to have John the Translator doing interviews. But again, thanks for watching and keep playing StarCraft 2, guys.